Bonjour everyone, Pantoufleee here today for a new video in which we're gonna see 5 things I would like Age of Z Origins to change based on my experience as a player. So let's not lose too much time and jump directly into it. But before we jump into it, guys, don't forget that if you download the game with the link in the description and after clicking on my info right there, then settings, and finally clicking on redeem gift and putting the name of the channel, which is Pantoufleee with 3E, you will have the possibility of starting your adventure with some juicy gift that will definitely suit you and your city. The first thing I would like them to set up is the gathering speed. I would like it to be increased. I know you have multiple possibilities of increasing it, especially getting refugees getting into your city, because if you climb up to the level 15, you'll see that your gather speed boost can go up to 75%. But still, I think it's a little bit low simply because you are using quite a lot of troops in order for you to be able to carry on all the gathering, to be able to get yourself all the juicy rewards. And the fact that you have to stuck your army like that for a shit ton of time, around maybe 6 hours or something like that, for only one gathering route is a little bit too much, because it blocks your envy and it also blocks your possibilities of actually being able to attack other players, because obviously as you're spending at least 30% of your troops on those gathering points, you don't have those troops to attack back or fight back if someone attacks you within this span of time, which implies that you're going to be a little bit weaker for 6 hours, which is something that most of you will kind of struggle with, especially at the beginning of the game where you encounter stronger players and you don't necessarily have an army already. The second thing, guys, is the city hall, because when you take a look at it, it takes a lot of resources, like way too much in my opinion, to be able to increase it. I know it's something common among all the city building games in general, because simply it's a great reward for you to be able to increase it, and the higher it gets leveled up, the hardest it becomes to increase it due to the lack of resources. But sometimes, let's say that it's a little bit too high, but at least there is a good point about it. It forces you to actually play and attack the other players in order for you to gather the lacking resources. So at least by putting it really hard to get in terms of resources, it allows some PvP on the server, which is the essence of the game. This is why you're playing, because you want to attack other players, because after all, it's a PvP game. So let's say that it's a good thing for a bad thing, or a bad thing for a good thing, depending on your point of view. So I will let it slip. Number 3 is the dating zombie, and yes, you heard that right, dating zombie mechanism. What I mean by that is that you have a treatment room in your biochemical lab where you have to take care of 2 different zombies, one here and one there. And the thing is, you have the possibility, after unlocking a certain level of intimacy, to be able to chat with them, and the more you chat with them, the easiest it becomes for you to unlock different perks, especially concerning the zombie army limit. But the problem is, it takes a really long time to get it up if you are not willing to spend your money on some gifts that you can see right there in order to increase it, because basically you will have to get yourself around 250 intimacy point every day free to play talking, and it's not that much, because just take a look at that. For example, I only have 570 intimacy point out of 2460, so it's gonna take me up to 2 weeks in order to unlock the new level. And there are plenties of levels, because you can climb up to level 33, even more. You can climb up to level 50, so it's gonna take a huge amount of time. Of course, it's also interesting because it allows us to get, how could I say that? To get a longer experience and a longer leveling up system, but sometimes, yeah, it feels like it's a little bit too long. Number 4 is a tutorial to explain to new players that getting mines in their cities is kind of useless after reaching a certain level. What I mean by that is that it took me ages to understand that you actually have the possibility of destroying your farms in order to replace them with much better items. Because yes, at the beginning it's important for you to have those farms and climbing them up, simply because by doing this you will allow yourself to get the resources needed in order to increase the buildings of your city. But passing one point, literally it becomes quite irrelevant to farm mines in your city, simply because your demand in resources are going to be much higher than the output your mines can reach. And I discovered that simply by unlocking new slots in which I just saw that we have the possibility of switching up to different kinds of items. And I really want you to understand that you need to focus on training grounds and medic station to heal and create soldiers, which is going to be your main force and obviously the main sources, of resources, depending on if you send them to gathering points on the map, but also if you attack other players. So please guys, keep in mind that reaching, maybe after passing level 14 or 15 in your city hall, you don't need any more mines, and you definitely only want to erase them to focus more on medic station and training grounds. And finally, number 5 is about events, because in some events you have the possibility of spending a little bit of money for you to be able after to unlock some special perks. If you remember, I did a video on the giant cannon defense event in which I upgraded my little turret to level 50. Or level 50 or level 30, I can't remember exactly. But basically, when I did that, I thought that it was a permanent update, which means that I could still hold my gun and have fun in this event while having a completely broken turret. And it turned out that in the end, after the end of the event, because those events are coming back every 3 weeks, the third weeks, I just realized that I was starting back from the beginning with a level 1 turret, which kind of sucks for me because I spent some money to increase it because I was really having fun in this game mode, because in my opinion this is the funniest game mode they ever created. But in the end, you're kind of disappointed right after because of these mechanisms. So hopefully they will hear me and maybe they will change this. That would be great to see this in the future. But yeah, I trust them. They do whatever is good for their game, and obviously they will listen to what we have to say. So yeah, that's it. Those are the things I would like to change in the game, and hopefully I'll be here out and the voice of the players will rise to the ears of the developers. If you enjoyed, feel free to subscribe, like and share. Once again, don't forget to take a look at the game. The link is in the description, and personally, I'm gonna see you soon for a new video. Bye.